gonna keep carving. I personally like to carve this way because I feel like my index finger here has much more, oh, what's the word, control than pushing it. There's also different blades, and some of those blades are shaped like this and you drag it. But also, I've not been real happy with those either. And I've been teaching printmaking off and on since 2004. So I've been doing this a little bit. I also have done some wood cuts, which have been kind of fun. Printmaking is just a really neat process. And when you're carving out areas that are a little bit bigger, I really want to keep this nice texture I've got going. So I'm going to try to carve all in that same direction that the feathers would go. That way it's contour the body of the chicken. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I wonder how this is looking. Because, you know, you've got it on there in Sharpie, but then you've already carved out. But sometimes I miss a couple areas. So sometimes I take a Sharpie back and I just kind of see, oh, okay, so that's what lines, that's what it's actually going to look like. So if I need to go back and remove any other area, I can see what it will look like. So right now I think I'm happy with that. I might come back over here and give this little guy a little bit of feather texture, but I'm not really sure yet. We'll just see how it goes. The fun thing about relief carving to me is it's such a physical process, and I really enjoy that. And then when you get done and you start printing, and it's so rewarding to see your hard work come to life in a beautiful print. Okay, I'm going to stop this part for now, and I'm going to go around and I'm going to carve along the inside of this border so I can show you what that's going to look like. You're not carving the border out, you're just carving next to it. Okay, now I'm going to come in here. Okay, now I'm going to go around the head of him, and then I'm going to go ahead and get a bigger gouge, and I'm going to carve out the background, all one direction. Sometimes I get kids and they're like, meh, 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 and it looks like, you know, the background looks pretty rough. So you want to try to take some good care and have that nice uniform texture of a background. Now, one thing too I have problems with, and so do the kids, is what happens when your gouge slips and you chunk out a part of the detail? Well, if that happens, get yourself some handy dandy super glue and glue it back on. Now be very careful you do not glue your finger to your project, because I've done that. It is very painful to remove. So you have to be very careful. This is not something that you should be working on with carpet on the floor, because these little pieces are going to get in there and you're never going to get them out, and then your parents will probably be super upset. So if you have a place that's tile or some other sort of hardwood surface as your flooring, that would be best. Okay, so now let's see what big blades I have. I have a number 3. And then this one, I don't really like these blades, so I'm going to go ahead and put that one out of the way. And a number 1, you just about can't get to use those either. So I'm going to find a bigger blade, and I'm going to be right back.